The name KIRI has quite a meaning to it, skin or bark. It is also a girl's name of Maori origin meaning tree bark. KIRI is also the name of a tree in Japan known as the princess tree. Avatar theory here, hope you're doing well and having a fantastic day, and as you can see, the name KIRI certainly has a deeper meaning to it than one might think, and the new trailer on The Way of Water gave us quite a bit of information to theorize with on KIRI in terms of who or what exactly she is. Now, I did make a previous video on KIRI theorizing that she could be essentially a failed RDA, failed recom experiment with the video memories or the video logs of Grace Augustine. And although that might be true, in this video I want to talk about a different theory that KIRI could possibly be the avatar of Eywa. Now, I do want to give a shout out to the Topic Podcast Network and the Avatar Podcast who first mentioned this theory, and a link to their stuff is in the description and the pinned comment below. Highly check them out if you guys are a fan of Avatar. But the theory goes that KIRI could possibly be the avatar of Eywa. Now first, let's look at the new scenes of KIRI and see what we can dissect, what new information we can find, and one specific scene I want to focus on in a little bit. Now the scene in the beginning of the movie, we can see KIRI being underwater, being very fascinated by all of the ocean life, of the sea creatures. This is a scene we saw in one of the mid-credits scenes at the end of the Avatar remaster. There were 3 mid-credit scenes and this was one of them. So if you've already seen this after Avatar remastered, this is not new to you, but for most of us this is a brand new scene. And you can see there that KIRI is very, very fascinated by the ocean life, almost as if she's like feeling the ocean life in a way. Now the line of dialogue that KIRI tells Jake is that she feels her, she hears her heartbeat, and that she's so close. Jake then replies by stating, quote, "So what does her heartbeat sound like?" end quote. And then KIRI just says, "mighty." Now, of course, this is actress Sigourney Weaver playing this character, so at first it might be a little bit jarring hearing her voice on KIRI because you would expect a different kind of voice. But initially, when you hear KIRI speak about this, and we know that KIRI is being played by Sigourney Weaver, when KIRI says that she hears her heartbeat, you might think that she is actually talking about Grace Augustine, that she's feeling her. And the trailer kind of even implies that it is Grace because it shows the scene from the first movie where Grace dies. However, what if KIRI was actually talking about Eywa and not Grace? What if KIRI was actually saying that she can feel Eywa, that she's close, that Eywa is close, that she can feel the heartbeat of Eywa, meaning that she can actually feel the heartbeat of Pandora, of the plants, of the water life, of everything surrounding her, and that her, meaning Eywa's heartbeat, is mighty. We also see the scene of KIRI lying on the grass with some sort of energy wave happening around her with all of the grass moving as the wood sprites land on her. And we know based on the first movie that wood sprites land on pure souls, on pure hearted people. But in this case, the wood sprites might be landing on KIRI because she is essentially the avatar of Eywa. We can also see a shot of KIRI swimming underwater with some of the other Na'vi, which seems to be some sort of tree of souls, some sort of underwater tree of souls. And right thereafter, we can see she uses her Q to connect, to bond with the tree, the underwater tree, essentially, and I'm guessing here, feeling the heartbeat of the ocean. Furthermore, in one of the later scenes of the new trailer, you can clearly see that KIRI is underwater and it doesn't seem like she's struggling to breathe, which I will get to in a moment. But if you look at the scene quickly, you might miss this part, but freezing the frame, you can see there that her Q is connected to the plant at the back there, as she's powering up to do some sort of move, it almost looks like a Dragon Ball move that she's using some sort of energy blast going forward. And as she's powering up or doing this move, whatever it is, you can even see that she's lighting up all the dots in her body is lighting up as she's about to do this, whatever she's about to do. And if she is the avatar of Eywa, then connecting her Q to the plant in the back would allow her to essentially manipulate the water, because we even hear Lo'ak say in the trailer that the way of water connects all things. So in that sense, if KIRI is connected to this underwater tree of souls, then she is essentially connected to all things, allowing her to do this move, again, whatever she's about to do. I'm not entirely sure what she's about to do, but I'm speculating that it is a crab suit that's heading straight for her, because it does look like headlights is heading straight towards her. And prior to this scene, we see 2 crab suits swimming after her, and the crab suits clearly has headlights on the front. Now, as for why KIRI could possibly breathe underwater, if she is the avatar of Eywa connecting to the plants, or even, for example, connecting to an elu, her bond would essentially allow her to breathe, give her oxygen. So, for example, if she connects to an elu, and an elu can obviously breathe underwater, that elu would then transfer oxygen to KIRI through that neural connection, the same way when she connects to the tree or to any plant underwater, that would give her oxygen. So that is maybe one of the reasons why KIRI could possibly breathe underwater, and why the other Na'vi, aside from the Metkayina tribe, could not really breathe underwater at all. It could also explain why KIRI is such a good swimmer, and thus I feel KIRI could potentially play a huge role in the 5th and final Avatar movie, which is rumored to be called The Quest for Eywa. But again, this is of course all just a theory, but what do you think? Do you think that KIRI could potentially be the embodiment, the avatar of Eywa, or do you think she is a reincarnation of Grace, or do you think that she was a creation of RDA, possibly a failed recom? Let me know in the comments below, and for more Avatar content, have a look at the rest of my channel. Until next time, have a fantastic day and stay safe.